Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to the Spring Showdown, the 2026 Smash Crew Battle. We are in the semifinal round. You're getting ready to watch Reed Spring, the Esports E-Wolves, taking on the Christian Fellowship School. I don't know if they have a nickname. So we are waiting for them to enter the arena and make their first blind pick, and then we'll get going here. Real quick, a little bit of back information. Christian Fellowship is a 7-2 program coming out of Columbia, Missouri, going against Reed Springs, and currently at 9-0 undefeated. And their second regular season of undefeatedness. The Christian Fellowship School brings to you Silsey, who is a nationally ranked Smash player who plays quite a few characters and has been a thorn in the side of many teams this year. So we'll be right back and we'll get underway. Go Wolves. All right. We are waiting to get underway here. There is a technical difficulty on the end between the connection of MOSEF and their streams. So while we are waiting for that, just to give you a little updated information here, the winner of this match will play against Oak Grove R6 and Bishop DeBerg, both teams who played in the state final last year. We are getting arena code, and we should be ready shortly. All right, welcome back. Sorry for the difficulties there when you're working online. It doesn't always work out the way you want. So, but we're getting underway. Both teams are making their selections for the first set of the first match of this semifinal round here in Class 1. It looks like we are officially good on the streaming end and officially good on the playing end. So, going back to earlier, the winner of this match will play the winner of Bishop DeBerg and Oak Grove. The loser of this match will play the loser of Bishop DeBerg and Oak Grove. So we have two single elimination matches today. So we will have this broadcast, and then we will create a second broadcast for the second match, whatever it shall be.
This guy's taking a total of 2 stocks on here. If you lose a stock, I will change it. And if you lose,
as we are gearing up here in the first set, you are going to see from Reed Spring, Ashton, aka Ashton with a Q.
Still seems like a good player, and he started the esports thing himself, and he just likes recruiting for random people.
And we are waiting to see
There for emotional support.
who Christian Fellowship is going to throw. They're going to throw Martyr, playing as a character Lucina.
Only 3 of their players have ever won a game. What? Like all 3 of them have all time, or like? And throughout this entire season, remember they're still not won a game.
And then we're going to switch on over here to let you see the action live and in person.
Stay by the way. Stay by. Still sees that guy. He has to be.
And you can see there in the screen in front of me, you have Ashton with a Q playing as Isabel, as he has played all year. Had a great success with that character. And he's going against Martyr, who's playing as Lucina. Martyr, not one who's been in as many matches this season, and has had kind of a middle of the road year, but he's a good lead for Christian Fellowship, and is someone whose his goal is going to be to take stocks and if possible take a win. Both characters there in the middle, you can see Isabel using the fishing net and now the fishing line to establish dominance in the middle of the stadium there, and gets the first stock in the first set, which is a big key here. We just want to get that stock early and kind of get momentum built up for you. You can see Ashton right back on the attack now, and taking that game to Martyr. Special guest Coach Doherty in here. I don't know if he's going to come in and join us behind the microphone or not. There we go. A hearty go Wolves from Coach Doherty, and shout out to the Spring Track program as they're getting ready to take their sectionals, correct? Where's sectionals at, Coach? At Buffalo High School, the Thunder and Herd. Hopefully the Thunder and Wolves by the time they're done with it. You can see Ashton there takes a second stock, already building momentum to take that third stock, and off to a hot start now with some good aerial assaults. He has Lucina off balance, off kilter, and in the air, taking the game to him. Big old whack there with his party popper there. That's gonna be the end of the first match. So, Reed Spring Wolves off to a fast and hot start that they like to do early on here against Christian Fellowship. So this is definitely what they wanted to do in this match. And we shall be back. You just got done seeing Ashton off to a fast start there with getting what they call a 3-stock in the game, if you live the life. He's going to be matched up against the player Wasabi, who's going to be fighting as Yoshi. They are going to do battle in the battlefield. Step into the arena. Great little speech there by Teddy Roosevelt. Shout out to Coach Godsey. I believe he has that poster in his classroom. So, Reed Spring off and running here. We're going to switch over now to the second game. And you can see, once again, Ashton with a quick start there against Yoshi. He uses that Isabel really well. He does a great job of using different types to attack. He can play with the aerials and use that fishing line really well and grapple, especially with the net. Also good use of that. Right now you can see dominating the interior, uses the net, gives Yoshi a little shove off, but not quite enough to get the first stock just yet. Working on the left side of the map. Yoshi does get back on the map and rolls right into a swift beatdown. Takes the first stock. So Ashley continuing his run now of 4 stocks in a row. And they're doing a little bit of battle on the platforms there. Could be one of those things. Both are not incredibly strong on platforms, I think. I don't know. Kind of just making that one up. Yes? I got to confirm, yes. Yoshi is good on platforms. Okay. So apparently Yoshi, fun fact, loves platforms along his walk with walks on the beach. So, thumbs up, thumbs up. Coach Doherty, fun fact also, if you're scoring at home, is a big Yoshi fan. But not today. Today he's big as well. And a big Wolves fan at heart. Always and forever. Once a Wolf, always a Wolf. Oh. Isabel now starting to get that count a little bit high. We'd love to get one more stock possibly before he finally gives up maybe his first stock here. Yoshi with a big land there in the middle. And that's the first chink in the armor there. Does a great job of getting that smash and taking the first stock from Ashton. Ashton getting right back to work, trying to avoid those platforms as much as possible. Great job working from the platform back down to the stage. Needs to re-establish himself though, as he's a little bit behind his attacks. Uses that fishing line, casts Yoshi out into the abyss, and takes his second stock in this second matchup. So currently, Ashton's taken 5 stocks in this match. He's looking to take a 6th and hopefully propel Reed Spring to a good advantage going into that third fight. Yoshi with that rolling Thunder Egg there gets a little bit of damage taken. But Ashton does a really good job of countering, coming back, and now being able to use his different tricks and toys there to get some damage on Yoshi. Was there anything to add on this?
No, I don't think so. Ashley's playing well. Fish can't even hang with him right now. I think he's about to lose his last stock before he even takes the second one.
It's part of the plan. Respring wants to get to a fast start here. Great follow-up there by Ashton. A couple big hits in a row. Gives him a headbutt off the stage. And a slingshot. A slingshot to take that third stock. He can shut the door on that matchup there. So, speaking of shutting doors, if you have any garage door needs, let me just give a little shout out to Precision Garage Door. They are our silver donor, and if you want to give them a shout out, tell them, hey, thank you for supporting Reed Spring E-Wolves and Reed Spring students, and give them your business. Okay, you need a new door, maybe just a motor on the current door operator, whatever you need, they're here for you. So that's the end of the second fight. We'll return shortly to watch the third fight, as you will see Ash with a Q step back into battle. And welcome back here. We're getting ready to start the third fight. You can see my handsome face and the handsome face of Ashton there, getting ready to do battle again. You're going to see here in this third fight, you're going to see Ashton as Isabel with two stocks going against Dark Samus, played by Speedy. So you see Ashton there take his first jump off the bridge, and now we're going to be rocking and rolling and ready to go here. So, once again, if you're Ashton, you want to continue to press the agenda, you want to continue to take the match to Christian Fellowship's players and try to get them out of their game and not allow them to find a lot of rhythm. And Ashton has done just that. We're on the right side of the map there. A good grab and throw by Ashton. Counters a little aerial assault now. He's going to follow it up. But a good move there by Speedy to counter and to get a little attack in there, okay? Ashton keeping that damage count up high. He's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to play ahead of the game. He wants to try to get one, if not two stocks, hopefully, before he might lose a second one here. And really the game is, there's the first stock taken. The game is what it is. If you read Spring, you are trying to get to Silsey with as many of your stocks as possible and then play the game, a good old-fashioned game of subtraction by addition and try to not lose all your stocks before he takes out his three. Okay, so you have Reed Spring establishing on the left side of the map here. Ashton gets back on and recovers, uses his fishing net, and now continues with a little aerial assault. Trying to reel him in. He's a leg guy. Isabel likes to use the old fishing pole. Falls over the umbrella smash, and another maneuver there. Keeping Dark Samus off to the right of the stage, tries to recover back on stage, misses the recovery. Now that is two stocks down for Speedy playing as Dark Samus. Ashton flirting with disaster, to quote the song. He's got a high damage count, wants to try to keep those two stocks going into the next fighter. He's doing a good job of chipping away, once again, at Speedy, keeping him off balance a little bit, trying to take away some of that rhythm and allow him to anticipate and correctly guess what Ashton's going to do next. Samus gets him in the air, but doesn't really kind of follow it up with anything. And Ashton gets him off to the left side of the mountain, gets him in the air. He's going to look to try to follow it up, and he does, and another big hit. And now we're in interesting territory as Samus is up to 143, and that's the third stock, and that's the third fight, and that is the third win by Ashton with a Q, playing as Isabel. He is going to enter in this next set, still with 2 stocks and a lot of momentum on Reed Spring's side. And we shall return shortly for the next fight. All right, welcome back, folks. We are getting into the 4th fight here. Reed Spring versus Christian Fellowship. You can hear the arena is a buzz right now as players are all standing and watching. You're going to see Ashton take his 1 jump, and then we're going to get into the fight. So you have Ashton with a Q playing as Isabel. And he's going to have his first shot here against Silsey playing as Mega Man. Silsey plays multiple players, has had a lot of success with all of them. He's definitely a well-versed player and able to read and anticipate maps and opponents really well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Reed Spring combats this. The biggest thing is you have to remain calm. You have to continue to do what you do and work to establish some consistency by trying to take him off his game and not allow timing to be predictable. You can see Ashton right now with Isabel doing a pretty good job, trying to work the middle a little bit, trying to chip away at that damage count and try to get at least 1 stock taken, if not 2. Mega Man, Silsey there, you can see using projectiles, gets hit off the stage. There's some glowy thing there on Isabel that just blew up. I think that was a weapon. At 136, that's a high damage count. Obviously, if you're Ashton, you don't want to take too much, although he just took 1 right there, and he's going to be down to 1 stock. He definitely wants to try to get 1 out of this before he potentially loses that 3rd stock. Sorry, slight issue there. We're back. Great grab and throw there by Ashton with the Q. He's got Silsey at a high damage count, but he's got to continue to press on that. Now at 144, has him off stage, uses the fishing line, reels him in, throws him, but still does not have that first stock taken. That 158 is a high damage point. Now up at 170, at 176, continuing to climb and chip away at that damage point, but is not yet taking that first stock. Ashton did a really good job of keeping composure, not getting flustered by the fact that he's having a hard time getting that first stock taken. A great job by Silsey there to catch him in the air and take the 3rd stock from Ashton. A great run there by Ashton. He takes 9 stocks before he drops his 3. We'll be back in just a couple minutes here, less than that, and get the next fight going. Who's that?
We're gonna send Braden Travis and probably Braden.
Braden now?
Yes.
Woo-hoo-hoo, let's go.
Braden really thinks he can get 2 stocks. I low-key believe it because he's playing that game.
Who you going as? Still's by the okay. You know if you're gonna throw off or anything. Here we go.
I can beat it myself. I alone am the arm. Stop. Oh, he's gonna bring the. Tell me to stop because of the order. Right? That's an edge guard. Go to
All right, welcome back. We are getting ready to get into the next fight here. You just saw Silsey take stocks 2 and 3 from Ashton with the Q. He's going to be going against Silsey. Silsey will bring in all 3 stocks as Mega Man. Reed Spring is going to now throw. Traditionally, you would say he is their anchor. However, Braden has been a player that they have used in all different kind of situations. He is very comfortable with starting. He's comfortable with playing in the middle. He's comfortable with playing as the anchor. So it's going to be a big matchup here. 2 very good players who are going to meet, I think, for the first time. You can see Braden there, BWP, playing as Violet, going against Silsey, still playing as Mega Man. Got his 3, both have 3 stocks. So we're playing straight up here, and this is kind of where both teams want to be. Reed Spring kind of wanting to have the bulk of their order against Silsey. Silsey really has been the anchor for Christian Fellowship and has played that position all year. He's used to playing against 3 and 4 different opponents from the same team to help his team achieve victory. So both players are in a position they're used to. We're now working to the middle of the map here. Violet using that long, whippy, chainy thing. Braden does a really good job also of using his arrows, both as a timing mechanism and then also as a way to take damage when he can charge it up. Unfortunately, unable to get back on the map and loses that first stock. So Silsey definitely in the position that he wants to be at. He's now taken 2 stocks in a row, or 3 stocks in a row, and is going to continue to be aggressive. Some working there on the left side of the map. A little bit of lag. Both coaches have been communicating about it. Been a little bit of lag in this match. This is definitely something that both schools were worried about. Didn't really have a choice but to play online. They're unable to solidify a venue in person. That's kind of what happens. You have to adjust. BWP does get a stock. Sorry, we are working in communication here in this online venue here. Both coaches recognizing that there's quite a bit of lag here in the playing arena, and so we're trying to see if that's going to be something that can be addressed and fixed here. Currently, you can see BWP with 1 stock left, looking to try to get 1 more stock there from Silsey if he can. Both on the right side of the map there. There's the arrows. He's trying to charge up. He loves to use those arrows. Like I said, both as a timing and as an attack. And as I'm looking here on the Discord feed, it does seem that a lot of other schools are having trouble as well with streaming and with lag in their arenas as well. This could be just a widespread issue that everybody's going to have to deal with. It's getting a little heated now as Silsey up to 129. BWP up to 130 their damage count. So you really are looking to land a big hit and try to take a stock, either one. Both will be pivotal for their team's placement. Mega Man up to 150, BWP to 141. Charges up an arrow. Gosh, it's really hard to continue to watch and see all the struggle here with the lag. Both fighters fighting at 147 and 150. You're starting to see more lag there. Silsey able to take advantage of that, and he gets the third stop. So BWP takes 1, but Silsey takes 3. So we will come back and maybe, hopefully, be able to address some of those issues here. All right, welcome back. We are experiencing some difficulties. Now we are back in at it. There was a match lobby issue. It's been a consistent problem across all of the streams, it seems like today. But most of us doing their best to get it worked out. So where we left off, you're going to see Silsey take his one jump. Now he's off to work there, going against Dubious. Playing as Piranha Plant. He's playing a few different characters. Piranha Plant's definitely his main go-to. So, working here on the left side of the map. Now working back to the middle. Silsey with two stocks remaining. Dubious with all three. So he definitely wants to get an early lead. Hopefully get some, at least one, if not two stocks taken. Two stocks would be ideal since that would be a win. But definitely wants to get at least one to set up his next guy there. Working off the left side of the map. Both recover on the left side of the stage. Mega Man using a lot of different projectiles and weapons there. Does a great job of catching Piranha Plant on the right side of the map and gets the first stock taken. Following up there in the air to the right as well. Piranha Plant trying to steal a stock there on the right side of the map, misses. Mega Man takes advantage of it, and Silsey gets his second stock here in this first matchup. We're on the left side of the map. Piranha Plant, good defend there to avoid the attack. Uses the big weighted spiky ball there, but is unable to take that stock. Mega Man using his little pellet gun there, throws off that little spinner weapon. Still continue to be a little bit of lag there. It's a little bit better maybe than it was earlier, but both fighters are definitely having to deal with that. And unfortunately there for Dubious, Green Spring, he loses the third stock, and that's going to be the end of that set. So now we will be in the very last fight of the first match. You're going to see Opa going against Silsey when we come back. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready for the last fight in the first set here. Real quick, as we're getting fighters selected, real quick update with Bishop DeBerg and Oak Grove. Currently, Bishop DeBerg with 3 wins in their set, and Oak Grove with 1. So you've got a big matchup there. Both teams were in the state finals last year, and you had Oak Grove taking a victory right at the very end of that matchup against Bishop DeBerg. Currently, you're going to see Mega Man, the character played by Silsey, with 2 stocks. He's going to be going against Opa, playing as Donkey Kong. And this is going to be the final match in this first set. It's going to be a best of 3, just like it's been all year. So if you're Opa, you have to get 2, and if you're Silsey, you get 3. And it's always good to get that first win, but once again, it doesn't mean that if you don't, that all is lost. Reed Spring currently this year, honestly, has had a good run of matchups, and in fact, only has lost one actual set the entire year. So definitely a position they're not used to being in, but also not completely unfamiliar. You also have a group of players who have all returned from last year. Opa actually being the only player not on last year's team. And they played a lot of matches not only splitting matches but also playing from behind. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they respond to this moment here on the biggest stage worldwide. You're gonna see Mega Man take his one jump. He's gonna have 2 stocks, and now when the blinking stops, the fighting begins. And now we're off. Both fighters kind of waiting to see who's gonna maybe make the first move, and both off to a quick start there. We are working on the right side of the map. DK using a lot of blocks. Opa really wants to play close, get his grabs, and that's going to be a harder thing to do. Mega Man does have a lot of different aerial tools. He's going to have a really hard time with trying to get back on the map. It's a hard recovery for DK. He does get back on the map there. He needs to take advantage of that quickly if he wants to take advantage. He's going to be playing really off on that left side of the map in this map. So DK in a tough matchup here, with a tough matchup, he's going to really work to get to his grabs. You can see Mega Man doing a good job of keeping some distance a little bit, not letting him quite get those grabs, although he keep getting a smash, follows up with a big kick. He's gotten Silsey down at 111, now 121 on his damage. Silsey does get back on the map, is able to get a maneuver as he's working back into the down smash, now attacks to the right side, and using those projectiles to once again keep DK away and not allow him to get too close. Although you've seen a couple of really good attacks by Opa, but struggling to find any consistency with his grab. We're now to the left side of the map. Both characters fighting off the left side, and Silsey takes the second stock in this matchup. Works off the map and back on. Donkey Kong blocks it, but then gives up an attack. Mega Man, played by Silsey, continue to counter off of that and just stack up attacks. We're now to the middle of the map. DK's in the air trying to find his character and get back to the center of the map. There's a big karate kick. Gets Mega Man off the map, but allows him to get back on it, which is definitely not what he wanted to do. And now a big smash there, and that's the third stock. And so that's going to be the end of your first set. Silsey doing what he does and what he's done all year, playing the anchor for Christian Fellowship, and he carries his team to the end of the first set. So both teams will reshuffle, reorganize, and then they will get ready to play their second matchup. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready to set up for the second match here. So this is the do or die match. If you're for both for Reed Spring, for Christian Fellowship, you've got kind of a situation where if you don't win this one, then you go to a third, and it's anyone's game. Looking across the bracket here with Oak Grove and Bishop DuBourg. Currently, Bishop DuBourg took the first set. They were the lower seed in that matchup, and the 2 seed going against the 1 seed Oak Grove, and they are now starting their second set. Reed Spring and Christian Fellowship are getting ready to start their first matchup in the second set. So things are moving along here across the great state of Missouri in this Smash semifinal. Currently, both teams are making their selections as far as where the bands and picks are, and it looks like you're going to see BWP leading Reed Spring in this second set, and he's going to be going against Ray the Original, making his semifinal debut, playing as Mr. Game & Watch, and they will be matched up at Battlefield. So you're going to see both playing head up with 3 stocks, and both fighters working here to the left side of the map. Mr. Game & Watch, a very different and unique character, one that definitely requires a lot of timing and I think a little bit of guesswork, honestly, to figure out what your different maneuvers are going to be and how to land certain tricks. BWP has played with Violet all year and uses that character very well. You can see him once he's gotten his feet settled, not being the aggressor, and he's taken the first stock there from Ray the OG. So a similar start to what we had in the first set, where Reed Spring takes the first stock and is definitely looking to take the first set. Mr. Game & Watch attacks Violet on that top platform. BWP doing a great job of countering, gets Game & Watch in the air, gets him up in the air a couple times, but unable to continue to capitalize on that aerial attack. Working the left side of the map, and there's the second stock taken, and now you're starting to see a little bit of what BWP does. Playing comfortable in his zone, counters it right away, gives up that first stock though, definitely not what he wanted in this first matchup, but Mr. Game & Watch can be a very difficult matchup for any of your fighters there. Now on the top platform, Violet follows it up, takes the third stock, and go ahead and sends Ray the OG back. So we're going to be at the end of the first fight of the second set, and Reed Spring, led by BWP with 2 stocks, will go into that and going against Christian Fellowship's second fighter, whoever they pick, and we'll make that decision and be right back. We're back. Both players are making their bands and their selections here as we get ready to start the second fight of the second set. You're going to see Reed Spring and BWP playing as Byleth. He's going to have 2 stocks to carry in, and he's going to be going against Speedy, who is playing as Dark Samus. So you saw Speedy in the first matchup.
I'm upset about that. That's okay. You said you can.
A lot of dings and dongs coming out of the old Discord here as we're getting ready to get into this second matchup here. You can see the icon there on the left. We're going to switch to the big screen. You're going to see BWP take his jump off first, and he's going to have 2 stocks remaining. And you're gonna see Speedy and Dark Samus there with with all three. So both fighters are starting. Both have some good arrows and long extension play maneuvers. Dark Samus with his gun. Byleth using that long chain whip and that long stabby thing. Nice to use that really well. Both fighters working to the left side of the map. BWP really being aggressive. Definitely seems like he's found his footing a little bit easier in this matchup than he did in the last. Using those arrows, once again, to try to throw off the timing of Speedy as he tries to work back on the map, which he does. There's that long chain grab spiker thing. Does use that well, gets a good shot, but is unable to follow up with it. But now uses the arrows and is matching the projectile from Speedy. Both players trading sides here, not quite landing much of anything. But there you see BWP land one, but unable to really capitalize and follow up with it. He's definitely wanting to get 2, 3, 4 hits in a row and try to press that damage percent and get that first stock taken out of Speedy. Speedy's done a good job of not allowing that to happen, mixing up his timing a little bit. And both fighters working to the middle. He gets Dark Samus off the map, chases him to the right side of the map, and gets the first stock. So now both fighters at 2. Your BWP now sitting at 67% on his damage. He does not want to see that percent go much higher, so he's trying to get through these 2 stocks and not lose them before he can get to the 4th fighter here. Both fighters working to the middle. Good counter, 2, 3, 4 attacks right there in a row by BWP. Once again, using those arrows. Dark Samus charged up, but wasn't able to fire anything. Now hanging on the right side of the map, gets thrown off. BWP trying to press it and counter it, continue to keep him off the ledge, keeping real estate tight on the right side of the map. But you see Samus get back on and back to the middle. Looked like he was going to try to spike that one, but then thought better of it. And now BWP was on the map, thrown back off, looking to recover, does catch his recovery, gets to the platform, flips it, gets Dark Samus off the map, unable to really capitalize and take advantage of that vulnerability. Now he's got him in the air, follows it up with 2 in a row. Looks to get a third, misses. Samus with the grab and the punchy thing. There's that charged up arrow that BWP uses oh so well. And creates a little space and separation, continuing to use those arrows, neutralizing Speedy's projectiles and weapons there from a distance. So really good strategy there to not allow him to use that and to use that to throw off his time. Yeah. We're down to 1 stock here. BWP with 2. Instead of the high damage count, though, he wants to stay away from the grab maneuver that Speedy's used really well against him. That grab, and then right there it is. Continues to punch him, gets a throw. Byleth at 153 damage, but not dead yet. He recovers, gets back on the stage. It's definitely not something that Dark Samus wanted, was to allow him to get back on the stage. He wanted to try to get that second stock taken in the air. So BWP with a little bit of extra life there is able to recover. Good block, good defensive play there. Both using good defensive plays and shielding from some distance attacks. That was the thing that Speedy wanted, to get that second stock. Speedy up to 80% on his damage. BWP at 12. Has Samus in the air, is unable to capitalize, but there he gets him. Both use a defense maneuver. Now he chases him off to the right side of the road, and unfortunately allows Dark Samus to get back on. There's that punch and grab. That's been the most effective maneuver, that shoulder tackle there, that Speed's been able to use. Roundhouse kick. BWP trying to find some footing, seems a little off balance right now. So he needs to find back some consistency. There's a big old stabby maneuver. Uses the arrow, trying to, once again, throw off some of the timing of Samus. Has him on the platform, unable to capitalize. Samus moves off the platform, tries to recover and misses, and that's the third stop. So BWP really found a rhythm, kind of lost it a little bit there in the end, but he ends with 1 stock left. And they've had a concussion here in the arena, it sounds like, but I think we're okay. So, at the end of that fight, BWP and Reed Spring will continue on to the next frame. BWP with 1 stock, and he'll be going against the next fighter from Christian Fellowship, who we will find out who that is coming right up. Welcome back. You can see BWP in that long, flowing, luscious hair of his, taking his seat at the table, ready to go. He's gonna be doing battle against Wasabi, playing as a character Yoshi. Real quick, as we go across the other part of the state here, to give you an update with Oak Grove and Bishop DeBerg. Oak Grove currently with 1 win, and Oak Grove with 2. So definitely a back and forth matchup. From two teams that are very familiar with the other, based off of last year's spring showdown finale. So we are getting ready for the next step here. You're going to see BWP right there on the right, him on the left. You can see him take 2 jumps, and then he's going to do battle against Wasabi, playing as Yoshi. So there's 1, there's 2. That's the damage he's taken from the first 2 matchups, and now they're going to do battle. So both players kind of waiting a second, reading the other's maneuver, both working to the middle, and BWP off to a fast start. Definitely the way he likes to play. He does a great job of using defense as a way to throw off his opponents, but he doesn't necessarily like to play in a defensive posture. He wants to be out there and be aggressive, uses toys, uses tricks, and throw off the timing of his opponents and not allow them to get any kind of consistent hits and follow-ups in their matchup. You can see he's doing a great job now. Has Yoshi in the air, follows him up in the air, and gets the first stock taken in this matchup. So BWP takes the first stock with very little damage. Is exactly what he wants. He is already following up on that first one, and he has Yoshi up to 67% on his damage. Big old arrow right to the chops there of the green dinosaur from Mario, and it follows up with another one after the egg spin out that Yoshi has him off stage to the left. Yoshi recovers, gets into his shell. BWP just waits his time and then shoots his arrow and has Yoshi up to 123. Well, now back at zeros. He takes the second stock. So both fighters now at 1 stock. BWP looks like he's trying to win this thing fast like he stole something. He's up to 66% damage against Wasabi, keeping it 20% now up to 39%. Good headbutt maneuver there by the green dino. BWP follows up with the arrow, follows up with a slash. Another arrow, once again, trying to use that timing. Once Yoshi gets on the left stage, he follows it up, and he is going to kick Yoshi off the stage and out of the real estate.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
And speaking of real estate, if you're looking for some land in the area, might I consider Ox Arcs? Reed Spring Esports supporter of our esports athletes and the future of Stone County. So if you're looking for some real estate, might I recommend Ox Arcs? And we'll be right back in the next fight. thought you said once. All right. Welcome back, sports fans in Stone County, Southwest Missouri, and even the whole universe. We're right back here, the MOSEF Spring Showdown Semifinal. You're going to see BWP take his 2 jumps. He's going against Silsey, playing as Mega Man once again. Silsey, a multi-character player, does not just sit in one wheelhouse, and has been, once again, internationally maybe even recognized here. So we're on the left side of the map. You can see Silsey bringing all 3 of his stocks into this, catching BWP in the air here on the left side, and tries to get his recovery, misses the recovery. So a short stint there in that setup, and unfortunately sometimes you shoot your shot and you miss. Definitely wasn't what BWP wanted, but did a great job of running through the first part of the lineup, which is exactly what he wanted to do and needed to do. So we will be right back. Reed Spring's going to shuffle their order and see who's going to match up next. And we're back. Welcome, esports fans, Smash fans, all around the world. We are in the MOSEF Smash Spring Showdown. We're getting ready to start the next fight here. You're going to see, once again, Silsey playing as Mega Man, going against Dubious, playing as Joker this time. Last time you saw him as Piranha Plant. Goes with a different character. He's one who likes to play a couple different characters based on his matchup. And we're going to find out if he made the matchup the one he wanted. So you can see both fighters there working. Already off to a fast start, both of them. Joker, definitely a different type of player than the Piranha Plant. Both on the right side of the map. Silsey up at 70% damage. Dubious at 82. Both working to recover on the right side. Both fighters doing a really good job of going back and forth. Now we work the left side of the map. Once again, both fighters working, carrying on. Good block there by Dubious. Another block, gets caught up in the air a little bit. Working back to the map. That's where you get in a little bit of trouble. And Silsey takes the first stop in this matchup. So, but Dubious playing really well, has him at a high damage count, wants to get a stop, quickly, and get back to even a little bit. Some kind of weird icon there. Something looks like for Joker. Joker with a grab and a throw. He's got Mega Man up to 157. This is not the first time we've had Mega Man up at a high damage count, but unable to take a stock. Good block there by Dubious. Good follow-up with that. He's got Mega Man up to 172. Hasn't yet taken that stock, and there he goes. That was what he wanted. Got that follow-up, which is what he needed, and took that first stock. Now he's right back on the offensive, still hanging at 70, but he's got Silsey up to 19 on his damage, up in the air, and that's where you get in some trouble. Silsey does a really good job of fighting characters in the air and anticipating moments when they're vulnerable. A little bit of lag there. He can capitalize on mistakes well, and that's what you've got to eliminate is vulnerabilities in your game. He catches Dubious in the air and takes the second stop. But once again, Dubious doesn't seem too phased by it, too rattled. He gets right back in it, and it's continuing to take the fight back to Silsey. Has him in the middle. He's got to watch out for those tornadoes. That's one of the ways to get in the air and to give Silsey the advantage he wants. Joker gets back on the stage on the platform to the right, still up in the air. Mega Man using that leaf. He did a really good job in the first matchup of playing off of the edge. Both fighters get back on, walks right into that big hit by Mega Man, and that's going to be the end of Dubious's run there. So, you're going to see Silsey with 2 stocks, and he's got the back half of the Reed Spring order when we return. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready to the next fight here. You can see we're gonna have Opa playing as Donkey Kong. He's gonna be going against Silsey, still with his run as Mega Man. So you're gonna see Silsey with 2 stocks going into this. So with Opa and with Ashton, who are the last 2 players for Reed Spring, they are both going to try to play that game and get the stock math on your side, if you will. They're putting their chips into the ring. They're going to be doing battle at Final Destination. And real quick, check in on the other matchup there in Class 1. And you've got Bishop DeBerg with 3 wins currently, and Oak Grove R6 with 2. So they are trading back and forth. You're going to see Silsey take his jump, and now when the blinking stops, fighting begins. So here's Opa. He definitely wants to get at least 1 stock and give his brother, oddly enough, the duo here, a chance to get that 3rd stock. We talked about this in the first match. You got to be careful about getting caught in the air, as Silsey does a great job of countering and attacking in the air and off the stage. And as DK, once again, a clubber, a fighter, a heavy, he wants to get good punches in close combat. He wants to grab and get into those grabs and throws that he has a penchant for and has all year as that DK character. Has a shot, misses it, and Silsey counters it well. So he charges up, he's ready to go, he ain't scared. And we're on the right side of the map here. Silsey working back to the middle. Oh, good roll on that landing there. Now he catches Mega Man in the air again, and Mega Man gets back on stage. Mega Man pushing DK to the left side of the map. Oh, DK trying to recover, misses the recovery though. And now it's 2 stocks to 1. You hear it getting out a little loud, and a big shot there by Opa. He gets the 2nd stock taken from Silsey, and now it's anyone's matchup here. Both fighters with 1. The good thing for Reed Spring, you still have someone in your back pocket, although you would love it right here if Opa could get a couple of really good big hits in a row do his thing, get that throw off the stage, and take us into the third set. Both fighters working the left side of the map. Mega Man catches DK in the air. Once again, DK has a really difficult recovery. As you can see, it's not one that's very graceful. It's not one that has a lot of finesse. And if you get too far from the stage, he's in trouble. But Opa does what he needed to do, and that was to take at least one stock from Silsey and to set up the brother. We're going to bring in the closer here, Ashton with the cue when we come back. Welcome back, esports fans. Real quick, haven't had a chance to really get deep into thanking our sponsorships this year. Championship Martial Arts, silver donor to Reed Spring Esports, Oxarks, one of our bronze supporters, as well as Table Rock Community Bank, and big shout outs to Precision Garage Door and Southern Bank. All big sponsors for Reed Spring Esports and Reed Spring students. We are getting ready to get to the last fight of the second set. You're going to see Silsey playing his Mega Man. He's going to take his 2 jumps. And you're going to see Ashton with a cue playing his Isabel. You've seen that all year long. Ashton always does a great job of using all the different tools and tricks that Isabel has. And does a great job of playing against different opponents and neutralizing their styles. You can see he's working aggressively. Hasn't hit the hits that he's wanted yet, but he's aggressive in taking the game to Silsey. You just have to be careful. You can't leave yourself vulnerable a lot, but if you're aggressive and you can mix in some good defense, you can play it's anyone's game at that point. So both fighters working. You can see Silsey there gets that first stock. But once again, Ash with the Q has him up to 60. So he has to continue to chip away at that and continue to build that lead. Uses the fishing pole, dodges the little pellet, dodges the razor blade thing, and is able to get back on the stage. Doesn't get caught in the air like we saw a lot happen in the first 2 sets. That's where Mega Man capitalizes. That slam gets you in the air and then takes advantage of it. Good job of dodging and evading by Ashton. He now has Mega Man up to 103. He's got to be careful on the ledge there. Silsey does a good job of edge guarding. And now we're on the left side of the stage. Good block, waiting for those little leaf attack that he likes to use. He gets them off stage right, misses the fishing pole, but he catches him back in off the air on the right side of the stage. However, Silsey's able to get back on and reestablish in the middle. And there he takes off the edge and now takes the second stock. So both fighters at 1 stock. Both fighters working back and forth. Silsey at 118 damage. There's those leads. Isabel at 28. Wants to continue to keep playing that game, continue to take the match to him. Just don't leave yourself open. Now has him at 138. We've seen Mega Man with a very high damage count up in the 170s and higher before his stock's able to be taken. But Ashton has him at 140. Both fighting in the middle. Now Ashton with 77, both on the left side. Mega Man gets the recovery, lands the punch, and takes the 3rd stock. And you can see the disappointment there by Reed Spring. That was a great matchup. Did not go in favor of what they wanted. And once again, Silsey just continues to find the breaks that he needs to get. And that's a lot of skill and a lot of timing, and a tip of the cap to Christian Fellowship. That is why they are who they are. So we will come back. We will update the stream, and we'll be playing for the third place game. So still a chance for history to be made here in Reed Spring. And we'll see you soon.